What is the most useless fact you know? It takes 1,120 licks and a boring long car trip to completely remove the candy coating from around the Tootsie Pop, fully exposing the Tootsie Roll centre. Colour blindness affects on average 1 in 12 men and 1 in 200 women. The reason for this is because genes for the red and green colour receptors are located on the X chromosome. Men have only 1 X chromosome, but women have 2. Tasmanian devils got their name due to their howling. Early European settlers heard them howl during the night and thought it was the devil coming for them. They also have the highest jaw strength for their size of any animal. Cute little devils. And all these years later, we still don't know the exact sound of the devil's howl. Always wondered about that, thank you. Beavers potty train their young, and sometimes after they move out of their parents' basement, the parents will come downstairs and help the youngster build his dam so that he can attract a mate. And they will even come years later sometimes. Good parents. It's nice when parents give a damn. Damn funny. Liechtenstein is the world's largest producer of false teeth. A truly useless fact. I like this one. It's also one of only 2 double landlocked countries in the world. My favourite Liechtenstein fact is that they once went to war with 80 men and came back with 81. Elephants can move their skin to crush mosquitoes between their rolls of skin. Is it possible to learn this power? There is a mosquito that can pierce through an elephant's skin. Yeah? I'm surprised the elephants would even feel it. That's wild. I mean, if it can get through elephant skin, you bet your ass they will feel it. My obese brother can do that. Evolution, huh? Seahorses are some of the most effective ocean predators, as 95% of their hunts are successful. Dragonflies have a similar success rate. Useless my ass, now I want to study the hunting technique. How is this possible? They seem so bad at swimming. Every time I go to the grocery store, I successfully leave with the food. 100%. Stupid wet horse. The line between 2 numbers in a fraction is called the vinculum. There's a fine line between the numerator and the denominator. How did I go through my math field and trivia field life without ever knowing this? I learned this from playing Star Trek Elite Force, as the device that acts as the separator between the collective and an individual Borg cube is called the vinculum also. There are 3 golf balls on the moon. Someone's got one hell of a swing. Chuck Norris? Dannebrog, the national flag of Denmark, is the world's oldest continuously used national flag. An ostrich's eye is bigger than his brain. Till I have something in common with an ostrich. Horses can't throw up. If they do, they're close to death. Useless information for me. Correct, except for the if they do part. They literally cannot throw up. Any sort of thing that would cause a human to vomit leads to colic in horses, which is second to old age as the main cause of death in horses. Brazil requires all customs documentation to be filled out in blue ink. Blue makes it easier to assume the document is not a photocopy. That's not useless to some people. Same for all legal documents and forms in Switzerland. Obsidian is so sharp that it can cut your DNA. So what happens if you accidentally cut yourself with obsidian? How is that even possible? And why can't we make obsidian tools in Minecraft? Obsidian is a material that can maintain its crystalline structure down to about 3 nanometers, which is small enough to cut between DNA molecules. Ants are immune to fall damage. Their terminal velocity is not fast enough to harm them. Finally, perfection. I've always low-key wondered this. I wonder if insects that can fly ever just kind of stop and drop from crazy heights just to get a thrill. The fruit fly, Drosophila bifurca, is only a few millimeters in size but produces almost 6 centimeters long sperm. If we escalated it to human size, a 6-foot-tall man would have a sperm 120 feet long. What the? How the hell does that work? A little misleading, completely true. but it's all coiled up and remains coiled up when it's in the female. It's a bit like explaining how your small intestine is longer than you are tall. The dot over the I and J is called a tittle. That name makes me titter. I know that. Tell me something I don't know. Humans and bananas share around 50% of the same DNA. They do. You can get arrested for whale fishing in Nebraska. Also Utah, as a matter of fact. Interesting so many landlocked states have that kind of law. The Nebraska Navy exists to keep out Lowens. As someone who is not from the USA and does not really remember the location of many states, I was like, well duh, but Nebraska is landlocked, isn't it? Damn right it is. Bananas are berries. So are watermelons, and cucumbers, and aubergines, but not strawberries or raspberries. Ohio is the only US state that doesn't share any letters with the word mackerel. It's also produced more astronauts than anywhere else, so there is something about the state that makes people want to leave the planet. Yes, this may be the most useless fact here. Yoda and Miss Piggy were both voiced by the same person. The human body can live for 3 days without skin. So, who's the messed up dude that figured this one out? A second is called a second because it is the second division, pars minuta secunda, of the hour by 60, the first division being a minute, pars minuta prima. Siamese fighting fish have labyrinth lungs, which means that they could breathe both air and water. How do I learn this ability? Move to Siam and enroll in one of the many ancient schools of fighting fish. Keeping your rubber bands in the fridge will make them last longer. Well duh, you're not using them. Gasoline will last longer if you keep it in the fridge too. The airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow, European, is 11 meters per second or 24 miles per hour. All the swans in England belong to the Queen. Almost all mammals larger than a rat take the same amount of time to empty their bladder, with the time averaging 21 seconds. I wonder who found that out. Franz Pistheimer in the 14th century. Most toilets flush in E flat. Dreamt is the only word in the English dictionary that ends with nt. No number from 1 to 999 includes the letter A in its word form. There are no truly useless facts, only facts with a narrower and narrower range of use.